Alright, welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. We're now recording video 22 of the Dead Man's Kill Switch. When last we left off, we raided the building trying to get Project Aegis, a sample that will supposedly kill those immortal bugs. We got a little bit of backlogging information, and we've come to discover that Lynn Telestrin sabotaged it, and I'm pretty sure she sabotaged it because, of those damn immortal bugs and their unyielding brotherhood and immortality. I'm sorry, but if I can't stay the way I look immortal, why the hell do you think I want my lower half attached to an insect's upper half? Or however they do with those poor creatures. But let's dig in and see what we get. McCluskey smirks. Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and you'll live by your own rules, don't ya? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself this time, elf. Mr. Telestrin isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tyr Tungir, and I know I'm saying this shit wrong, and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash, right, McCluskey? You're his lapdog. His eyes say, I'd love to kill you now, but his mouth continues its smirk. I got one of the richest and most powerful men in the Pacific Northwest taking care of me, dumbass. What do you got? Free will? You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. Dickwad. Hey, how much karma do I have? Only 8. Did we get... Yeah, we got corporate. Okay, that's all I was worried about. Maybe corporate will come in handy speaking with someone. Mr. Quoth. This fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you from your toes to the tips of your pointed ears before he speaks. Mr. Telestrin is expecting you. You will find him in his office. You his butler? I am Mr. Quoth, his head of household. Mr. Telestrin is waiting for you in his office. He is not one to be kept waiting. Oh. Walkie, walkie, walkie. His office is that way. Well, I'm gonna... No. Hey, is that Algernon? What's Algernon doing here? There's a twinkle in Algernon's eyes that wasn't there when you spoke at the Seamstresses' Union. It is good to see you again. There is much to do. You run in some pretty different circles, don't you, Algernon? I do not run at all, Zombie Pleasure. I go where I am needed, and I am needed here. Seek me out after you've spoken to James Telestrin. Perhaps I can be of service again. I suppose you can. I'd like to explore the estate. Yep. Oh, I can't go. Okay. Up the stairs? No, no up the stairs. Alright. To the office then. Pretty estate though. Pretty damn rich. Must be nice. Alright. Let's speak to you, Mr. James Telestrin III. As you approach, James Telestrin III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you. Calculating and cold, a practiced smile comes to his face. His vibe's the kind of rich you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before your betters mansion. It's something else, the feeling that you're being categorized as a resource or a liability or a pawn. I've been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my Vice President of Security his job. In 24 hours you have accumulated quite a bill with me, ma'am. I see, that's what I wanted. How do you intend to settle your debts? Once my current assignment is complete, I would be happy to discuss working off my debts to you, Mr. Telestrin. That discussion may happen one day, assuming the outcome of this conversation does not result in your immediate termination. When one is in my debt, they remain in my debt until such time that I decide that debt is repaid. There will be no negotiations on that point. However, You have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in little time you have left to live, why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. I think I'm going to go with that one. It goes like this. Your half-brother, Sam Watts, hired me to find his own killer. He had a dead man's switch. When I find the killer, I get paid. You impress me, ma'am. My father's bastards are intentionally not well known, even to themselves. Nevertheless, I fail to see the connection between this Sam Watts' death and a raid on one of my office buildings. There's no connection between the research project and the dead man that I am aware of. Sam was killed by your half-sister, Jessica. Jessica is protected by giant bugs. Aegis kills giant bugs. Kill the bugs, kill Jessica, get paid. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on his desk. Mr. Quoth, please ask my daughter to join us. The young pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you! You're the woman who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? Telestrin cuts in quickly. Thank you, Marie Lewis. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and give me a reason to forgive her for her trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. You did well back there. Without you, we'd all be dead. She closes her eyes. Thank you, but I'm not sure that death wouldn't be better than this. I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream and that I'll wake up and still be there with the bugs. You can relax, Mary Lewis. You're safe. It is over. No, it won't be over until they're all dead. She shudders. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men you flew in here. All you do is talk. It's just like you to form a committee, Father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Hakeem involved. The already cold exterior of James Telestrin turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this woman. We will speak of it later, in private. Now then, Zombie Pleasure, there are people I wish for you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a woman of the streets such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. Sounds like I don't have much of a choice. Not if you wish to draw another breath, no. There's a weight in Telestrin's library, a sense of magnitude of purpose, and you're no longer in the presence of mere wealth. You are in the presence of history. Algernon. Don't know who these people are. It won't tell me. Lady and gentlemen, this is Zombie Pleasure. She is the elf who saved my daughter and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Herr Barakas, what does the representatives of the great dragon, Lofweir, have to tell us about the magical insects this Shadowrunner uncovered? Barakas speaks slowly with a deep, melodious German accent. He takes his time, accentuating each word, relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy, and there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to do that dude's voice. My lord Lofweir has witnessed the insect spirituals, the insect spirits' physical manifestations before, roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years, as the level of magic grows. Harlequin. Hans, dear, I love you, but you could babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence. The painted elf addresses you. Zombie Pleasure, is it? Delighted. The bug you fought was not merely a magically awakened animal like a wyvern or hydra or anything else in the sixth world. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's the physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. Academics, there we go. I believe that would explain why I wasn't able to damage it. The spirit itself is extraplanar. Algernon eyes you keenly. Bravo! This is precisely the idea. The insect spirits exist on both planes simultaneously. I have been impressed with you for some time, Zombie Pleasure. It is good that you are here. Now, An insect spirit can simply thumb a ride through all astral space and show up on Earth late for dinner. Dinner, in this case, being us. Two elements are required to bring one across the void, a shaman and a host. First, the spirit calls upon a shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. The shaman then accepts the spirit as his total. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are the disaffected and the disenfranchised, in short, the weak-willed. Their minds are the most susceptible to suggestion, which is helpful in making the transformation. As you may imagine, there are some people easily attracted to a cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. Finally, by performing what has to be truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host, willingly or not. Then it's feeding time. Harlequin is correct. The insect spirit will then slowly consume its host while transforming it into the spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully on this plane. What's this have to do with a great dragon and an elf who likes cosmetics? Funny, kid, but it's no laughing matter. This is bigger than hunting down an insect shaman and putting a few 9mm rounds into a bug. The initial bugs prepare a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once a nest is its queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested insect spirits. They swarm out of the nest, feasting on all flesh they can find, and implanting more insect spirits into the fresh corpses, again and again and again. The room falls silent as they consider the scenario, faces grim. Telestrom breaks the silence. This is not an infestation, zombie pleasure. It is an invasion. My lord Lawfear knew that day would come, but he did not know precisely when nor where. You rescuer of Mr. Telestrom's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in this cycle of the world. So you're early to the party this time. That gives you the upper hand, right? We are not early. We merely have experience on our side. The insect spirits is only a resident in the transformed host body. Conventional weapons can hurt the body and expose the spirit, but the spirit itself cannot be destroyed by mundane means, hence Project Aegis. Her Telestrin's biotechnology and agricultural divisions worked with my lord Lawfrey's thaumaturgical engineers and designed Project Aegis to destroy an insect spirit. Once it is released from its hosts, the formula, a fluorescent astral bacteria strain, exists in the physical and astral planes at once and thus affects the insect spirit. Now, that was a mouthful. Did you memorize it, or are you reading it off of index cards? My director of R&D, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Aegis will be used in the field. Dr. Ravenwood? Our weapons specialists have rapidly prototyped a delivery device for the fluorescing astral bacteria strain. They've created some prototype launchers which fire Aegis-filled shells. When fired, the shells will discharge a high-velocity stream of this bacteria. In order to destroy one of the bugs, it must first be damaged using conventional weapons or magic until the spirit is released from the host's body. Then the insect spirit must be shot with the Project Aegis prototype launcher to destroy it. So in order to stop an invasion of insects from another dimension, a dragon and an elf co-created a magical insecticide. Crudely put, but accurate. We must stop the Universal Brotherhood from summoning a queen, and we must stop them immediately. You are the only one who has been inside their facility and the only one who has personally fought these creatures before. That, along with your highly effective assault upon my property, indicates that you are the ideal person to lead to the attack. What makes you think Project Aegis will actually work? He grins, and his red lipstick catches the light. Because it has to. Come on, kid. When fate taps you on the shoulder, you've got to pay attention. Unfortunately, she has the nasty habit of tapping you on the opposite shoulder, so that's when you turn around, she's on your other side, giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. I hate that. Enough. Are you willing to undergo this mission, Zombie Pleasure? I'm a professional, and professionals get paid for the work. I assume the serving all mankind involves compensation. Of course, here's my proposal. If you prevent the queen from being summoned and destroyed, the insects in the next 1,000,000 nuyen will be divided by the surviving team members. Come on, Mr. Telestrin. Stretch those philanthropic muscles of yours and toss a little more money into the shadows. How much is a plane of existence worth to you? Do not overplay your hand, ma'am. You could still be arrested for the attack on my office, and if my sources are correct, the justifiable but illegal death of Dr. Holmes. Alternatively, I could simply eliminate you and find one of the mercenaries you hired to play your part. I have position, Mr. Telestrand. You need to know that Aegis works before more queens arrive. Surely it's worth 1.5 million for a field test. Done. He claps his hands as if seeing the circus for the first time. I love the way that short-lived are willing to die even faster. It's very inspirational. Brockus raises his hand and Harlequin's clapping insanely stops. There is one final note, a warning, if you will. You have seen the danger the insects represent, but you have not witnessed the shaman's power. The shaman must tap into the powerful source of magic in order to summon a queen. We do not know what abilities that power source will grant. Be aware of the insects, but do not underestimate the shaman. Hey, don't scare the kid, Hansel. We still need her to go on the mission. By the by, I'm coming with you, Zombie Pleasure. I wouldn't mind seeing these creatures for myself. I missed them last time. Telestrand will bankroll you so you can hire the rest of the team. Find me when you're ready to go and we'll bug right out of here. He sighs. Yes, speak with Harlequin when you are ready to depart. If you wish to acquire additional supplies for your mission, find my assistant, Quoth. He is highly resourceful. Oh, and only 8 more karma gained. That gives me 16. Not as much as it would probably be nice. Might want to up the ante on my guns. I could up the ante on my spirit summoning. Spirit control. That's what I really need, though. I need to go up higher with that spirit control at the same time. I think I'll hold off on decking. Decking doesn't seem too horribly important right now. Let's see what he's got to offer first of all before we start fretting over where we're going to spend our points. Though I thoroughly do enjoy it so far. Let's speak to some people then. This Mr. Hans Brackus. We do not allow many opportunities during our briefing to ask you for you to ask questions, Shadowrunner. You may ask them now. I wish I could do a German accent. How did the insect spirits get here? When the membranes between planes thin, the insect spirits reach into the mind of a shaman and begin their manipulation, playing on weaknesses and offering unlimited power if the rituals needed to bring the spirits here are performed. But once a shaman takes on an insect spirit as a totem, they begin the inevitable decline into insanity, slowly losing their humanity. Eventually, the shaman completely succumbs, choosing the contentment and sense of clear purpose that being part of a hive mind provides. Perform your role, serve your queen. That is all. If Lofrey had seen this before and knew another was coming, why didn't he move faster? Based upon the previous cycles of magic, the first insects are not due to appear for another 700 years. My Lord Lofrey believes he was well ahead of the schedule. Something is different this time. It is concerning. Why do you think it's different this time? Perhaps it is due to the population of humans and metahumans on Earth being so much higher than in previous ages. As a result, the volume of magic created by sentient beings is correspondingly higher. Or perhaps it is the density of a population coupled with advances of society and technology that has altered things. Magic has never returned to a world like this one before. The density of sentient creatures, coupled with the density of information, coupled with a new concept, the technological persistence of memory, heightens a society's existential angst. Thus, more people realize how truly horrible existence is, simultaneously. That, in itself, may be a form of magic. Lawfrey is studying the question now. What's it like to serve a great dragon? The German man's eyes narrow. Do not misconstrue my relationship with Lord Lawfrey. I do not serve. Where do the insect spirits come from? As the level of magic in the Sixth World grows, for lack of a better word, the distance between the various planes of reality decreases. Membranes between the planes is thin enough. Ritual magic may be used to draw beings from one to another. Yes, good luck. Okay. Exhausted your dialogue options. May I provide spells, spirit foci, and fetishes to help you on this critical quest? I have a question first. Speak it. Were you spying on me at the Seamstresses Union? His eyes widen at this question. You mistaken your importance, zombie pleasure. No, I was not spying on you. Until Mr. Telestrom summoned, you were beneath my notice. I saw only a customer. Now, do you require my magic? Are you really here? Algernon's face takes on a dreamy expression. Are any of us? Yes, zombie pleasure. I'm here and at the Seamstresses Union, and a myriad of other places. On to the work at hand. Do you require my magic? Who are you? I'm a peddler of magical spells, spirits, and foci. Nothing more. Truly. No. Not much information you're willing to give me. Not too interested. The Chi, we kind of know where we're going from here. He did give me some pretty good money. I think I will take me a level 6 Firecaster. So level 4. Might take that off. I need to get some damn items. What is that? Mr. Quoth. Okay. Let's go look at Mr. Quoth. We'll talk to Telestrin and Marie in a minute. In addition to the Aegis-loaded launchers we will provide, I am authorized to outfit you with anything from weapons to supplies to clothing. Oh, that's nice. Are we at the end of the game? It feels like it. Show me the outfits. Pretty much. Same armor, so nothing new there. Show me the gear. Weapons. I think I'm gonna stick with rifle, because I like being further away. Right? Early favorite runners. That's what I currently have, right? So I have the best gun so far, too. Great. Hold on, gear. Does he have consumables? Ah, yes, that's what I was wanting right there. I think I'll go ahead and buy this too. I'll get some people with actual grenades instead of worried about them. Two health kits, a fetish, my guns. Confirm. Not installing any more cyber, so that's pretty much all we could have gotten from him anyways, so I may go further into spirit control then. I was listening. It sounds bad. Yep. Thank you for everything. I like rain. We will not say it could be raining. Piece of cake. I don't think so, but thanks for the reassurance. You look like you have a question. Why were you locked up at the Brotherhood? Father didn't approve of my boyfriend and tried to scare him off. Something went wrong and Hakeem ended up in a wheelchair. Father covered the whole thing up and lied to me about Hakeem. He told me horrible things. And I believed him. My Aunt Lynn told me the truth about Hakim and how my father lied. She preyed upon my anger, and I was so disgusted with him, it was easy for her to get me to leave and join her new family at the Universal Brotherhood. Why did Lynn tell a strain of the Universal Brotherhood want with you? Aunt Lynn was very excited to have me there, almost manic. She talked about the inner circle and how I was going to be at its center. She said I would be their queen. The way she spoke, it was as if she'd seen God or something. She closes her eyes and hugs herself tightly. But it's not God she sees. It's bugs. Only bugs. Was it Hakim who helped you in the Matrix? She smiles. In love. Yes. Even after my father ruined his life and convinced me to hate him, he's still been watching over me. My angel in cyberspace. Baron Samedi. No wonder he was so damn shitty. After we escape, I told Hakim about the Brotherhood and about the bugs. It was his idea to steal Project Aegis so you could go back to the Universal Brotherhood and exterminate the bugs. But I don't know how he knew about it. Baron Samedi just knows things. So, what did Hakim tell you about us breaking into your father's office? Nothing. I haven't spoke to him since last night. Why? What happened? He hasn't contacted you? No, and I thought he would by now. Did something happen to him? I don't remember. Was he getting attacked? I can't remember, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm a little torn between which decision to make here, because I don't remember. I know we got everything else, and he didn't warn us about him being in trouble, so I'm not going to say so. I'm sure he's okay. He was in the Matrix the whole time. That's what I thought. Hakim is amazing in the Matrix. I should go. I'll hear from him soon. Can't speak to her now. Hope I didn't fuck up there, but I don't remember him getting his ass in trouble. Of course, he wasn't the best help, but now I can see his reasonings. Tell me more about Project Aegis. Telestran Industries Corporation has been working on Project Aegis for 2 years without fully understanding its use. Lofear did not trust me with the information. My engineers finally met the Dragon's specification 3 months ago and had just begun the production process when my cousin Lynn hired Shadowrunners to destroy the lab and the factory, leaving us only the sample you stole. Why was Marie Lewis taken by the Universal Brotherhood? He pauses before answering. The host for the Queen is chosen very carefully as the interactions between the Queen and lead shaman are critical. A family connection between the two roles is ideal. As you have discovered my father's indiscretion with Melinda Watts, you know that Jessica Watts, the shaman, and Marie Lewis are related by blood. I would appreciate it if that information remained in the shadows. How do I use Aegis? My people have weaponized the Project Aegis formula by creating shells which, when fired, propel a high-velocity cloud of the material which should be effective at killing exposed insect spirits. There are more effective ways to deliver Aegis, obviously, but time was of the essence and I needed to improvise. I should go. Indeed. Well, looks like we've pretty much done everything we can. Oh, McCluskey. Let's talk to you real quick. Jackass. You're gonna die, asshole. Maybe, but I'm gonna live first. You'll still die screaming. Dislike for him? Yeah. Definitely dislike for him. Let's see. What do I have? Alright. 1, 2, 3. 3 big med kits, 2 small. Probably would like to put a little bit more into spirit control or gun. I do have 16. Am I even going to be able to control spirits? There's the question. Well, I want to keep that shit even. I just kind of want to go ahead and really spend it. Used to calculate the chance to hit in range combat. I think we'll just confirm that there. Alrighty. I think that's everything I need. Why not? Are you ready to get knee-deep in ectoplasm? I have a few questions first. Of course you do. So who are you? I am he as you are me, and we are all together. Intelligence 5. You're the walrus? Good job! He bows with a flourish. I am Harlequin, the light bearer, last knight of the crying spire, he who manipulates the Shadowrunners and fights duels with assholes. And for the next hour or two, I am at your service. I fucking like him. Oddly enough, though, he makes me think of Hunter x Hunter. I keep forgetting the dude's name. Is it Ashura? Ashura. I can't remember. No, Hesoka. It's Hesoka. I hope I got his name right. Fucking cool-ass clown. How do we kill an insect spirit again? Ah, the fun, gory stuff. Step 1. Damage the bug using conventional weapons and magic until the spirit is released from the host's body. Step 2. Shoot the insect spirit with Project Aegis launcher that Telestrin's people created. And step 3. Keep shooting until either the spirit is destroyed or you are bug food. Rinse, repeat. What's the connection between the bugs and this universal brotherhood? Harlequin's eyes glitter at the question. Oh, this is genius. Genius. Talk about hiding in plain sight. This cycle. The bugs didn't use some whacked out shaman in a small rural village as their portal. They're thinking big. They set up shop in every major city, created a major marketing campaign, and then began aggressively recruiting the dropouts, the disaffected, and the deranged. Just like any good cult. If Aegis fails, if we fail, the world will be absolutely overrun by bugs. It's brilliant! Does Hans Brakas really work for a great dragon? He winks. No. I'm ready. Let's go stomp some bugs. His eyes light up. I thought you'd never ask. Alright, so I need to take this. I am so totally taking this. Swap it with another one. What's... That's my rifle, right? That's my machine gun, so... Swap it with another item. I'm gonna keep that sucker. I suppose you should know, Telestrin's technicians only had time to create a few prototype Aegis launchers. I will be taking one naturally. Another is for you. Treat her well. If you want additional bug-splattering firepower, James has agreed to allow one of his personal elite guards to accompany us with the final prototype weapon. And now, let us away. We have a date with Destiny, and she doesn't like being kept waiting. Okay. So, he's gonna have the other one. The world is an enigma made terrible by our mad belief it has an underlying truth. I like Harlequin. He's fucking cool. I think I will end up taking Coyote because I love Coyote. Though I'm sure there's better people. He said we could take one of his elite guards with the third one. Tyr Targir. That maybe? Alright, he's got the third weapon. Okay. And he's got some grenades and shit. And health. I think I like that. Hopefully I won't regret it. Confirm. Head to the hive beneath the Universal Brotherhood? Yes. Probably should have saved. The hunt begins. You return to the Universal Brotherhood is anything but subtle. The team hits the same back door Coyote found, and you storm through quickly, making your way into the restricted area in the room where you last met Jessica and first encountered the bug. You stand there together, listening to the sounds of chittery coming from somewhere distant. Harlequin stares into the darkness, humming tunelessly while fingering the sword at his hips. Then he turns, lifts his Aegis launcher to his lips, and gives it a kiss. You give the signal, and the hunt begins. I think that's everything that we got. Yes. That's my good top-of-the-line assault rifle, which I think I like better. Always stick with the assault rifle, further distance. Better than a machine gun. Gotta remember that. Got my health, got my fetish. We're good. And my game's saved. Alright. I'm gonna stop it right here. Of course, we will be picking back up in like a few minutes because I want to enjoy my session before I go to the hellhole that I call work. So until next time, take care.